Good afternoon, class. I'm Steve Shea. I normally would be coming at you from Virginia, but today I'm in Montevallo, Alabama. We're here visiting family, so I'm taking advantage of that opportunity to come to the American Village, which is at the near the campus of the University of Montevallo, south of Birmingham. This campus, the American Village, was the brainchild of Tom Walker, who built this, opened it in 1999. He had the vision of it in the late 80s. Went public with that idea, seeking funding in '93, and finally got chartered in 1995. It has on its campus recreations of buildings that we'll be going through. Behind me, though, is not necessarily a recreation. This is a Veterans Hall. The monument out front has at its base soil that is taken from battlefields from around the world, and on the inside a searchable database for records of veterans that have served in our country. And you can look in there and look up your loved ones or yourself if you're a veteran, and you'll find yourself in there. So we'll go around and look at the various buildings here on the campus. Okay, behind me is a recreation of Bruton Parish Church, which is the actual one is in Williamsburg, Virginia, at the Colonial Williamsburg site. What was built here at the American Village are recreations in a smaller scale of the actual buildings. As you go into them, they are not necessarily exact replicas because each place has a specific purpose. This one comes pretty close and is a functioning church. The idea behind having a church here was to fulfill the vision that L'Enfant had in our national capital, to have a temple where people could come to worship. The Bible tells us in Romans 15:4, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the Scriptures might have hope." We are a nation that is a city of hope for the people that come here, and what's here is a celebration of that, both in terms of the God that we serve, as well as the main branches of government, the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative branch, all portrayed here in various buildings that have been built on this campus. We are now in the Oval Office. It's one of several Oval Offices in the country. Researching in JSTOR, it identifies the various ones that are, besides the real one, obviously, in the White House, but there are others at presidential libraries and elsewhere. But this one is, and I've been in some of those, and I've been in the actual Oval Office, but this is a really, really close representation of the Oval Office, not as it currently is, because obviously decorations change with the different presidents, but this one is unique in this sense, in that, as I said, the buildings that are here are not on the exterior what they are the interior. So while this is the Oval Office, it does not sit in a White House. Instead, this one is an outbuilding of George Washington's house, which you see out here. And there is a miniature version of Mount Vernon. And so that's kind of how they've done it here. They are, because this is the 4th of July and Independence Day, there's a lot of speakers that are here, reenactors who are in costume, which I've got to give them credit for being in big, heavy wool costumes when it's nearly 90 degrees out. But they're doing a great job. And later on, you'll see all the chairs on the lawn here that normally is an open green. But today it is set up for obviously Independence Day festivities. But this, what you're seeing, looking down this way, you see on the far end a courthouse. And so, as I said, Tom Walker's vision for this was a grand avenue which connects the two. So, right now behind me is Mount Vernon, with the Oval Office to my right. That represents the executive. The judiciary is represented across the way. As you see in the building in the far reaches, that is a courthouse from Mount Vernon. And then to the right, and we'll get closer to it, to represent the legislature is a recreation of Independence Hall. Now this is recently completed. Last time I was here about a year ago, that was about half done. So it is neat to see that done. They have other things here. They've got a recreation of Concord Bridge, for example. So it continues to expand, and so there's plenty to see here, plenty of stories to tell about our history, and they've done a great job here at the American Village in doing that.